All right. Go!
New Japan, new warrior now.
This Parks.
Microphone check 1 2. What is this?
New Japan, new warrior now.
Parks on the boards.
Yes.
Come on, let's get into some of why this is important right now. Anyway, with the current state of everything that is happening in hip hop and that has happened in hip hop this year, in terms of the violence and the murders, and it's just a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, it's I mean, at some point we just gotta address it for what it is. It's just the energy that's surrounding the culture right now. You know what I mean, with the content, the type of music, the type of lyrics that, you know, we champion.
Hasn't that always been here though?
It hasn't been this, because again, we like how we talked about a while ago. I said it's easier for artists now to get on. Mm-hmm. It's easier for artists to be heard. Mm-hmm. And with that comes,
I don't care about that part. I care about like whatever's the scariest, and I ain't gonna hold you. It's scary right now.
Well, again, because we're
don't let them digitalizing things understate that it's scary. Don't let the pandemic and the fact that you stuck in the house understate it's spooky out there. This is feeling like 90s to me. I ain't outside.
I think it's worse because I don't.
Well, that's what I'm saying to you.
Just we got to be honest. It's the music. You know what I mean? Like because now the gang culture.
I just can't roll with that.
No, it is the music, or do you think the music is just reflecting what's
no? Let me explain.
happened?
Let me explain why. Because you have it's a lot of banging on wax now,
right?
And when I say that, meaning like we've always had rappers and artists that were from cities and were gang affiliated and were gangs. They were gang members,
right?
But they weren't on wax saying "fuck that side, fuck them." When we see them, we killing them. That wasn't part of it. Like I knew Snoop was a Crip growing up. I don't remember hearing him banging on Bloods and saying it's on when we see them, and I don't remember that.
Maybe not to the degree.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like somehow the gang culture is magnified in hip hop now, where it's like you're almost not cool if you're not from a gang.
Well, I think that you actually made a good point about the ease of creating and releasing music now.
Right.
Probably lends it more to where guys that were heavy in the streets,
right,
maybe didn't want to take the time out to go to a studio and all that kind of thing back then. As much as now, it's easy. You can just do it on your laptop at home and see if some.
Well,
shit
that's
pops.
what I'm saying. It's easier for these artists now because when we were in the streets younger, it had to be a diss. It had to be an event of things that happened for us to get a record where a rapper was saying, "Yo, fuck him." It was like a diss record. That was a moment.
Yeah.
Now with these younger dudes, every record is one of those records. It's like every record is a single is a diss record now. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Where they're talking about somebody that killed or somebody that got beef with, or when they see them, it's like almost every record, people are partying to it. So now you're taking that energy in. It's a real thing. It's the energy is real.
Let me ask, because I think the spike in violence isn't just rapper specific.
I wouldn't say it's just that. No, it's not
I think
just
not
that.
only the music, because I do understand your point. The ability to go on the internet when you have a beef with somebody where everyone can see it and an ego is bruised much easier may play, if not more than a song. Because not every single person that is being killed is a rapper or anyone in these gangs.
Of course not.
I think it's the ability for everyone to see in a disagreement in plain view where an ego can be bruised would probably add more to it rather than just music. I think that just reflects what's happening as is.
Well, again, like I said, they're banging on each other through music. They're using music
and social media
and on Instagram.
Yeah, exactly. But it all comes into the music.
I don't even want to. I don't. Yes, what y'all are saying is true. But my focus is not just on Benny's not in the gang, right?
Well, we weren't talking about
maybe
specifically about
gang
the
affiliated.
I can
just
name
in
quite
general.
a few other people that have been shot this year that weren't in the gang at all.
Yeah, no.
So when we're speaking about the energy,
though.
yes, that gang culture and what they're doing on the songs plays a part. But I would like us to address the weird energy, not that 2020 has had, because we kind of all aware of that, but that is surrounding hip hop and entertainment as a whole. And we've always kind of mirrored or the streets has been government, like the government is government. Like
Well, hip hop is a street culture.
Like, yeah, it's like the streets will tell you what's going on. So I'm just saying, like, with mental health plummeting or skyrocketing, however you want to look at it, the way it is, with unemployment skyrocketing the way it is, with drugs being either expensive or harder to come by than we're used to, there's just a lot going on in the scope of the country that says to me or anybody that comes from an impoverished place, oh, the streets is hungry now. The streets are streeting.
But I look at it differently, Joe.
And the streets are always gonna street.
Yeah, but see, I look at it differently because we had this talk a while ago, and I don't really look at it from a poverty standpoint as much as I used to, because these dudes now are killing each other with $1,000 designer sneakers on, with $1,000 phones in their hands, with they're jumping out of foreign cars. They got Rolexes on. They got like $80,000 watches on, and they shooting at each other. So it's not a poverty thing. It's not poverty. Like, people are not robbing each other because it's poverty. They're not. It's just like, to them, they feel like that's just the cool shit. That's the fly shit. Like, I got the grip on me. I'll back this shit out and I'll air this shit. Like, that's cool. It's looked at like that's cool now. And it's just, like I said, it's the energy. You in the club all night, you hearing the music. When I pop this, I turn into a demon. I'm on this time. And it's like, you keep hearing this shit. After a while, it's like it starts to consume you. And you start to feel like, yo, I don't have a good night unless we go outside and jump a nigga right now. Or it's not a lit night unless we go outside and we let the grip off right now. Like, that's what the cool shit is with this generation. And it's all through the music to me. That's what it looks like to me. It's all through the music.
There is something about putting that energy
It's a real thing.
In lyrics.
It's a real thing. I don't blame it on poverty, because niggas got on $2,000 outfits shooting at each other.
Yeah, but that don't mean nothing, because you're still conditioned from your impoverished neighborhoods. That's
but my thing is, if you get into the bag, if you touching paper, like, you're supposed to start moving away from that type of shit, because you don't want to fuck this bag up. Like, that's how I was raised. Like, yeah, we all come from the streets, we grind, but when you get in a position now where companies are investing money in you, and you don't live in the hood no more, you got a nice condo somewhere in the outskirts of the city, like, you have to start moving yourself away, detaching yourself. Like, yo, I can't be running around with 20 dudes and everybody got a gun on them.
I totally disagree. I don't think you have to look at it that way at all.
Higher security.
That's one of the reasons I've always had a different type of respect for niggas that live by a certain code. Because at the end of the day, what my logic says is, you value life different than me. Like, you willing to do a few things. You willing to go sit down for 20. You willing to go let it fly. You willing to get shot. You willing to just die.
But why, if we're getting money and life is a little easier now? Why would you risk that?
Because that may not be where some people place their values.
And life being easier?
If I've been doing something for 17 years and then I've been doing something for 2 years, like...
Not even in some cases.
Yeah, like... Yeah, that's who these people are.
No, I know these people. But I'm saying that it's the way it's supposed to go is, if we're grinding and we're in the streets, we got to do certain things for survival mode, right? But now when we're away from that,
we know how it's supposed to go. We know that you're supposed to do this shit, make a way out, and get out and stay out. And the goal is to age and take care of your family and put people on. We know how it's supposed to go. I want us to address what we're seeing before our very eyes, because I ain't never seen nothing like it.
No, me neither. Like,
and I ain't never felt nothing like
this.
it.
This is a totally
where different rappers getting popped every other week.
But again, my belief is that it comes from guys being able to go and record music and say things disrespectfully towards other people whenever they want, put it out to the world whenever they want. Like, it's just the way we're able to consume music, hear music, find who these guys are. Social media, everybody is like in one circle now.
This Benny story scared the shit out of me when it got sent to my phone.
Yeah.
Prayers up for Benny, by the way.
Yeah, prayers to Benny.
Prayers up to Benny. For anybody unaware, he was in Houston. He went to Walmart with his dude. Streets had the drop on him. The story I read said that Streets said he might have been taking too long, fired two, scattered off, everybody boogied. Benny tried to go to the hospital, drive himself to the hospital, couldn't. Called EMT, they came, went to the hospital. That is the story, and thank God that Benny is okay.
Yeah, for sure.
But my brain don't go to thank God he's okay first. My brain instantly goes to all the million ways that could have ended differently.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was Wes had texted me that night, and that fucked me up, because he just texted me like he had just landed back in Atlanta, and they had told him that Benny had got shot. And when I read that, I was just like, man, I don't even want to hear. I don't even want to look at my phone. And he was like, yo, he gonna be good. Just pray. And even Nat was like, that's not enough. Like, don't tell me he's gonna be good. Just pray. Because now I'm sitting at home like, what does that even mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But thankfully he's fine. He's back home, resting, recovering. I haven't spoken to him yet, but I was in touch with West, and he said, he's good and he's recovering, and he'll be all right.
And then it bothers me when I have to listen to casual fans and just people talk about shit after the fact. Like, Benny went through what he went through, and then, oh my God, all of these fucking casual fans. Well, why was he at a Walmart?
Oh, yeah. Come on, man.
Like, excuse me? Like, I had to stomp on him. I'm like, yo, fam. It's okay to just not know what you're talking about. Let me tell you what every rapper has done when they hit a city and realized they needed tank tops or something.
Yeah,
Socks.
or some draws.
Yeah.
Word.
They gathered up their troops and they went to Walmart or the nearest place that you could get some of this stuff.
Yeah.
Everybody's done it. But that's kind of
Walmart in the South is like the corner store.
Yeah.
But that's kind of my thing about, like, I'm not going to be the guy to say that Benny should have been moving differently, because when I read it, he moved away. Niggas will be moving.
Yeah.
But when the streets get the drop, they just have the drop. Like, there's nothing else to, and that's my point, Maul, about just what's going on in the country and how it relates to what's going on in the streets, which should relate to our industry and how niggas is getting around out here. Because some of us, kind of know this language when you see it. It's instinctual. This shit is nuts. Mo 3, Boosie. I've been reading Mo 3 shit all weekend.
Yeah.
Like, I can't imagine being in that predicament of, and rest in peace to my man Bo. He got murdered this way too. Like, when you at a woman's house and then you leave and they get the drop on you. So now people that love you are forced to sit here and figure out if you were set up. Like, it's just a nuts situation. Oh, here it is. Rapping desperate to get away from the killer. Yeah, this story was nuts.
Yeah.
In the daytime. See, that's my thing. You go somewhere, you do something you've done a million times. You sleep with your chick you intimate with. You leave in the morning. You know how it is when you leave in the morning. It's empty. Niggas gone. The neighbors went to work. You get in your car. You go about your business. If the streets is laying up on you, it means they were gonna lay up on you. We were waiting. I waited here for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I waited here for a month till you come out. Broad daylight on the highway. What does it tell you about where the streets are?
Right. Yeah, it's definitely
Boosie go out there to pay respects, and they think he coming for vengeance, and pop him. Like, what is this telling you about the energy and where the streets are? Dallas is a mess right now. They burning down stores affiliated for anybody they think got. It's happening out there.
Wow.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Houston, I don't have to be there. Every time I see an Insta snap of any party, I see the street niggas I know. I don't have to be there to understand the energy when some of those guys I'm looking at are outside. In Atlanta, I don't have to be there because the same thing exists. I know what's going on.
Yeah.
I can't find another way to tell people to move cautiously and to be aware when I already assume some of the people in our field are moving that way. But if y'all not, and you stuck in your own arrogance, and I'm not talking to anybody in particular, please, because y'all know. But if we stuck in our own arrogance, if we stuck trying to figure out how to get a quick bag because all the shows have stopped and touring might not come back till 2023, so now we targeting the places that's open. Guess what, nigga? Hey, they are too. Again, I'm not talking to anybody specifically. This is more of a PSA because I'm home scared to death for y'all. My heart stops when these headlines come up.
Word.
I'm now damn near conditioned to the point the beginning of every headline, I put it to death. They said Sinbad had a stroke. I put it to death before the word stroke came up. That's what this year has been. And if you think that the universe is just slipping and this is just about to come to a stop at sometime soon, you're not projecting. And we ain't even getting to Trump's 2 months left. All of this is fucked up, man. I pray for y'all and I want people to be safe. Please. I can't come in here and give a logical, politically correct take on Wayne fighting a Fed case for a firearm and ammunition because, nigga, why not?
Right.
What I'm gonna say?
Yeah.
They tried it. Niggas tried it. Yo, come on, that's Wayne. That man, he should have security. He should have somebody with him to have it on him. Guess what? I watched security with Quando and Vaughn. There. It still happened. I don't know if now is the time to have the conversation of security is a myth. Secure your fucking self. Niggas with families are not jumping in front of the bullet for you 99% of the time. I hire security for help because I can fight. My hands work. So as long as I got a couple big niggas that's helping, cool. But they're there to diffuse things. You rappers almost gotta run around with the hired guns, which puts me in my fucking in my state of confliction because I understand all of y'all running around the way y'all running around. I get it. I did it. I did that. So I'm gonna come and sit here and say, everybody stop, What's going on? No, the streets will be the streets before you, during you, and after you. That is the constant here. I got into rant mode, so I'm not even clear on what I'm ranting about. I'm just home frightened for my peers.
No, you was cooking.
Yeah.
Like,
No, you was saying some important shit.
I can't tell anybody about energy. Like, it's not something you could tell somebody about.
It's a feeling.
Like, hopefully.
Yeah.
Right.
Hopefully it is. Because you got to catch it before it gets to your door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's nothing I can say. I've been young and stupid. Everything they're doing, I did it. Like, I put on my jewelry to go play cards in a park by the projects. It's not smart.
Yeah.
Right.
But when you're 24, 25,
You're getting in the bag.
you feel good. You put your chain on, you feel good. Hey, even that is handed down to us generationally from the streets. Mm-hmm. Like when the streets first started, it was the furs and the chains and the crews and the car and the boombox and the girls.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And that was the status, not for how you're doing in life,
Right.
but for how you're doing in the streets.
Right.
Right.
Every pull up I ever do, or any rapper I sit in front of, that's the first thing I go to.
Chains.
It's the chains.
Yeah.
Because it speaks to niggas that know what you need if you want to move that way.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Niggas came right up to me in the park. Yo, do me a favor. Gently lift that off of you. Mm-hmm. Kindly. Not don't move fast. Mm-hmm. Slow. I'm in my head, nigga, it's 3 o'clock.
Yeah, no.
I'm going to do this as slow as possible.
Yeah,
man.
3 o'clock, you need it more than I do. Here, you got it.
I'm just saying that this happened with the police down the street, man. When they almost blew my brains out in Jersey City, Joe didn't have beef with a soul, is what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I didn't have beef with anybody. It just so happened the people that I was around maybe did. Mm-hmm. And I had no way of knowing. So the energy made it right to your fucking car door. If you don't see that, if you don't feel that, if you're not vetting, if you don't know the people you with, you don't know what they got going on. I'm just saying.
And the car you were in, I'm sure, said, "Hey, that's Joe Budden on Bergen."
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was 9 cars. Mm-hmm. It was mad cars. I mean, it didn't matter. I felt as safe as I could possibly be. Mm-hmm. I was with niggas that you should feel safe with.
Yeah.
Right.
The streets are the streets. A nigga can just get the drop with. That's just, it's not going to change, man.